Hi, my name is Richard from Silent Peak and welcome to this demonstration on how to edit your photos in Luminar Neo. So here we are, we have our photo of a bird, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the develop option and boost the exposure. As you can see from the histogram, the photo is rather underexposed, and I'm just going to pull that up so we make better use of the brightness of the scene. Now that is the last time I'm going to use a traditional adjustment, so I will not be making any other adjustments such as tone curves or manual shifts to sharpness. I am going to rely on Luminar Neo's AI trickery. So we can review the image, so let's see how far we've come. If you ever want to sort of see the influence any particular tool or adjustment has on your image, we can just go up here and click that little eye icon. So we've finished develop. Next we're going to go to enhance AI and we're going to pull this accent option until we start to like what we see. Now all it's doing is making things a bit more sharper and a bit more punchier. Sky enhancer, as you might expect, will give our sky a little bit more contrast, but really this sky is pretty featureless. Next we're going to skip over, so structure AI, I strongly recommend that. It just adds a little bit of extra definition to your image. So if we push it up to the top, we can see the sort of effect that it has, basically stripping away or adding detail. And I'm just going to have a little bit there. Next we're going to skip over, in fact we're going to do colour. Now one of the things I like about this image is its sort of ethereal quality, and I really want to lean into that, but stopping me from doing that is these little bits of green and brown. So what I'm going to do is desaturate the image until I have something almost black and white. I don't want to go all the way there, but I just want to get far enough so that at first it appears black and white, but you kind of know it isn't. And if we sort of bounce between before and after, we can kind of see the effect that's taking hold. Scrolling back down, we are going to go to Atmosphere AI. And what I'm going to do is add a little bit of fog. So let's do the amount. And what I want to do again is sort of bleed away this sort of background, further leaning into this sort of ethereal aesthetic. That's starting to look good. So my background is becoming less dominant and in turn making the bird even more dominant. And once again, before, after. You can also add a little bit of drama. Now again, use sparingly. We can really go over the top with this tool, but just a little bit goes an awful long way. Now there's a few other tricks here. Now it's all a matter of taste. We can add a bit of glow to our bird. We can add a bit of toning, a little bit of mood, but I'm going to skip all of that. And the last thing I'm going to do is go to contrast. Now one of the things I'm not too fond of is in brighten the image. I've lost a little bit of contrast. I would like to see a little bit more detail in these brighter areas. And if I go to professional and super contrast, I can add more contrast to the highlights, which is the bright areas, the midtones, and the darkest areas, the shadows. First and foremost, I think my main problem is with the highlights, and you can kind of see there as I pull it up, you can see a little bit more detail is returning to our bird. And if we bounce back, we can kind of review that change. And I think I will do a little bit of midtones as well. So bouncing back to our image, we can zoom in and out of the image with a single left mouse click. So straight in to 100%, straight out to see the whole image again. Now so far this is looking pretty close to done. If I click on the preview button, once again I can kind of view the image as was and as is. Now perhaps the one last thing that I would like to do is just have a little bit of selective colour. Now I'm going to sort of cheat I know my selected color is a sort of red color. So once again, I'm going to go back into the color option. I'm not going to mask or do anything complicated. I'm going to simply shift up the brightness and saturation on my red channel. As you can see, it's making it a little bit brighter and a little bit more prominent, something that we can lock our eyes onto. And once again, we'll use our little preview button up here to sort of bounce and see that change reflected. Now, the final thing I want to do is that, in my personal opinion, we've got just a little bit too much space around the bird. We're going to go to Crop AI. Now, you do have a nifty trick called Composition AI, so if you need a bit of inspiration, we can click on that, and then Luminar Neo will apply the crop that it thinks suits the photo best. However, in this case, I tend to disagree. I'm not awfully fond of this version of the crop. I'm going to do it myself. And I think in this case, I kind of like it centered. Kind of a no-no rule in photography, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just please don't tell anybody. And there we go. There's our finished edit. So before, after. Now, of course, there's various different subjectivities to this. You may like to do something different, but if you ever do an edit that you're particularly proud of, you can click on Actions, Save as Preset, and give our preset a name. So we'll call it Good. And that's it. That is how you edit a photo on Luminar Neo. Hope that was useful. If you've got any suggestions, leave a comment in the box. But my name's Richard from Silent Peak, and I wish you a very good day. Bye-bye.